Hi, hello, welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host, Bungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me again for another episode. On today's episode, as I said last Wednesday, I will be reviewing Kenyan or African movies on TV shows on Wednesdays going forward. So, and today I thought about reviewing Nafsi. So if you haven't watched Nafsi, Nafsi is on Netflix. But when it premiered, they did it at Diamond Plaza and they were advertising it and everything. But I couldn't go and watch it in theater. But then a couple of years later, they brought it on Netflix and I watched it. Funny thing, as I was rewatching it, I was like, I remembered the storyline and I remembered the actors. But there's one thing I saw at the end that I was like, I didn't remember that happening. I think I remember the whole story until the end, and I didn't remember the end. I don't know why I didn't. Like, I remembered the setting, if that makes sense. I remembered where they were and all of that, but I didn't remember what happened there, which is weird. That's why I usually like watching TV shows like 2, 3, 4 times, so that I can be able to remember and see such things. Because I was rewatching it today and I was like, okay, I don't remember this ending. I remember all these other things, but yeah, I didn't remember that part, but I'm glad that I rewatched it. So, Nafsi is a movie by Reuben Odanga. He has done a lot of Kenyan shows. He's very, very talented. And he's also the producer. Actually, the executive producer. He's the executive producer plus him and Jacqueline Kaliche. And he's also the director. So, yeah, at least that is what I got from the end credits. And the cast are Catherine Kamau, aka Kate Actress. Mumbi Maina is the main one. She plays Aisha. Catherine Kamau plays Shiko. They are best friends. Alex Makideu plays Catherine's boyfriend, Shiko's boyfriend. His name is Clarence in the movie. There's Alfred Munyua. He plays Sebastian. And Sebastian is Aisha's live-in boyfriend. And there are other people. They are a group of friends, but one of my favorite people in the show is Mr. Raymond Ofula. I love that man. If I were to ever act in this country, I would want him to play my dad. I don't know why, but yeah, I would just want him to play my dad. But there are other people, because they're like people who are friends with Aisha and Shiko. There's Monique Angeline Bet. I don't know. There's a song that is sung in that show, and something tells me it's her. I don't know why, but I feel like she's the one who sang it. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. I'm not saying that she sang it. I feel like she sang it. I'm not sure. But then there are, of course, other people. Like there's a doctor and, as I said, a group of friends who are friends to Aisha and Shiko, played by Mumbi Maina and Catherine Kamau, respectively. So the show is about Aisha and Shiko's friendship. So Aisha, as I said, is played by Mumbi Maina and Shiko is played by Catherine Kamau. So when we start the movie, basically it's just like she's struggling to have a baby. This is Aisha. We start with her going to the doctor. She thinks she was pregnant, and then the doctor does an ultrasound and there's no baby, there's no heartbeat. So they do a urine test and a blood test, and it proves that yeah, she is pregnant, but then it is an ectopic pregnancy. So that what that means is that baby is growing out of the uterus. So the doctor talks to her and to her boyfriend Sebastian, played by Alfred Munyua. If you don't know him, he played was it? I don't remember who it was, but it was on Mother-in-Law, on Citizen TV. So he tells her that they have to terminate the pregnancy, and so we are meant to understand that they did. They don't show it, but they did. So of course there's a rift in the. At first we thought it is meant to look like they're married or something like that. It is only later that we get to realize, oh, he is her living boyfriend. When they go back home, there's a rift in their relationship. So the man is acting up, and she is of course sad, and she feels like all those things that you can imagine a woman can feel when she loses her baby and she wants a baby but she can't, conceive. And then so she talks to her friends, and she talks to one of her friends now, Shiko, and Shiko comes to visit. Shiko, on the other side, before she comes to visit, we see her in her home. Her boyfriend, her living boyfriend, is played by Alex Mwakideu, and his name in the show is Clarence. So Clarence and Shiko are living together, and so their relationship is sort of, I feel like it was shown to be, I don't know, on another level, because like he was in the bathroom and she was in the toilet seat and they were talking while they were there. So such kinds of relationships. But then later on, she called, the phone rings and she answers it. It was Clarence's phone, and it was somebody from the village telling Clarence that his wife is very sick and he should go and deal with that. So of course Shiko gets upset and she confronts Alex. Alex is like, men, as I said in my previous episodes, during Valentine's and after Valentine's, what do men want? I mean, so she goes and visits her friend, and then they leave and they go to the coast. They go to Diani, and of course this is a Kenyan movie, and they have to show mandhari, they have to show vitu, like lazima waonyeshe Diani kuko hivi nini nini. And the one thing that they went over and aboard with is this guy at the resort where they went in Diani. His name is Mobote, I think. This guy is the one who welcomes them there. And he's just like, oh, karibuni, welcome, and I don't know, bienvenue, all of these things. And I'm like, why? I get it. Maybe that's how they welcome people there. But these people are Kenyans. Okay, maybe you do not know that they are Kenyans. But seriously, it was just too much. For me, I looked at that part and I was like, this is just too much. You don't have to go all this way. Like, it was just crazy. Anyway, that part, I remember even watching it the first time, I was like, yeah, that is too much. You're doing too much, man. Just say welcome, karibu. Then that's okay. All these other things, unless they, I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe that's how hotels just work. I don't know. But I just found him to be way, way overboard on the greetings. And so they have a little flirtatious moment between Shiko and Mobote, and he helps them go to their room and he takes care of them. Shiko, of course, flirts with him a little bit, and then they're seen dancing at a club. And yeah, Mobote and Shiko, they're dancing at a club while Aisha tries to dance a little bit, and then this guy, I think he's a beach boy, he comes and tries to dance with her, so she sits down and he comes and starts talking to her. It was just weird. And then he tries to touch her and she's like, I'm married. And then, so where is your husband? I'm like, why does that matter? But anyway, so that doesn't go anywhere because Aisha is clearly not interested. And so they pan back to the room. Aisha comes back later. They've been spending time with the guy. And so one of those evenings, because they were there only for, I think, 2 nights. On the second day, they are shown to go to the Ali Baba's Cave restaurant in Diani. I hope I said the name right. It's just, again, showing the Manthari, Kenya and stuff like that, which was good because that is good advertisement. So they go there, they have a moment and they talk. And so later on, Shiko is like, I'm going to be there for you no matter what. And then she's like, how about if I carry your baby? Like, I want to do for you anything that you want. I want to make you happy. I want to make sure that you're okay. And so she offers her womb to her friend. She's like, I'll carry the baby. It will be yours and your boyfriend's baby, but I'm the one who's going to carry it for you because I want to give you this dream that you have. And so she's like, Aisha is like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I want to do this for you. And so they go back because they talk about it and they're like, is he going to accept it? Like Sebastian. And they're like, we'll see. And so they go back to Nairobi and Aisha has a conversation with Sebastian and he's like, won't that be complicated, but she's like, no, she has accepted. And so they go to the doctor's office, they talk about it, they explain to the doctor explains to them the whatever needs to happen, and then they make a contract. And after the doctor talks to them, it is shown that they are doing the process that is needed, and Shiko becomes a surrogate mother. And so she is carrying the pregnancy, but then before she knows that she's pregnant, she goes back home. And Alex Mwakideu, who plays Clarence, is there waiting. And while Shiko was away, this man did not even bother to call her. Instead, he was messing with the cleaning lady, and he was messing with another woman coming home drunk, and they even like dropped Shiko's photo, and the frame broke and stuff. It was just crazy. Because that is the moment we realize this man is not a good man. Like, okay, him having a wife already and living with Shiko in the city already proves that he's not a good man. But then this moment, when he was flashback into what he was doing while Shiko was away, it proves even further that, yeah, he's not a good person. And so she comes back and they talk, and she doesn't tell him immediately that what she did, that she's a surrogate for her friend. And so this guy, of course, the doctor had told her that she can't be intimate for like 8 weeks until she's sure that she's pregnant, so that then she can be, physical with her partner. And so she doesn't tell the guy, but the moment that they've been talking and stuff, and they're about to get intimate, she feels nauseous, she goes and pukes, and yeah, it's proven that she's pregnant. They don't show the part, but they talk about it. She explains to Clarence about what she did. And so Clarence goes out of his mind, starts yelling, starts calling her names, wants to fight her and everything. He calls her a hoe, and so she slaps him, and Alex beats her up and pushes her down the stairs. That moment, like if you've ever wanted to see Catherine Kamau, aka Kate actress, in a serious movie, watch Nafsi. Because she goes down the stairs and she falls, and then this man takes advantage of that and he rapes her. So again, when they show back to her, I think she's already gone to the hospital or something, or she didn't go, blah blah blah. She sat there talking to her friend, now Aisha. She's telling her what happened, and Aisha's like, so you come back, come and stay with us, come home. And Shiko was like, no, but he's apologized. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, she was playing what usually happens, because men beat on women and then these women still forgive them and stay. I will never judge, because I don't know what goes into their minds, what goes on in their minds, so I will never judge them. All I wish and pray for is that they live eventually, and they live while they're still healthy and they're still alive. I know it, I don't know, just, I won't judge. Anyway, so fast forward, Aisha opens the door and Shiko is there, but Aisha is also pregnant. So what happened is that when they were discussing about this surrogacy thing, Aisha and Sebastian were like, we can also still try to have a baby by ourselves. And so they were like, okay, what happens with the baby that Shiko is carrying? And like, what happens? And they're like, it's okay. Both babies will be ours, it's fine. Let's just try it. But they never told Shiko. So Shiko comes and she sees her friend is also pregnant. But then before that also, she had called and told them that when she went to the doctors after she fell down the stairs, she was told that the baby has symptoms of Down syndrome. So like the ultrasound showed that the baby has Down syndrome. And so these guys were talking about it. And Sebastian, he goes like, I don't want that baby. That baby is not healthy. I'm not interested in raising a handicapped baby. That baby will be dependent on me for the rest of their life. I don't want that. I want a child who will not stress me out and all of these things. And Aisha looks to be sad. She even cries a little bit. And I'm like, okay. But then they talk it out later on. And they decide that Shiko should terminate the pregnancy. And by this time, it is already too big. I think it was past the time to remove it or something. And also, I don't understand the terms of a surrogate mother, but, and whatever they discussed really, but okay, there's that aspect of this, the contract between us, the parties involved, that this baby is yours, I'm carrying it for you, and then I'll give it to you. But when it comes to abortion and stuff like that, when those people, the parents, don't want to have the baby, what happens then? Can this surrogate mother decide, like, no, I do not believe in abortion, I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it? And can the surrogate mother be sued for saying that? Because if she gives birth to this child, that child does not belong to her. It belongs to the couple. And if this couple does not want the child anymore, what happens then? Like, there's a whole process. But basically, that is what was going on in that scenario. So they decide that, they tell Shiko. Shiko is like, no, this is your baby. And you could see the hurt and the pain in her eyes, because she couldn't believe that her friend Aisha was doing this to her. Because now Aisha is just like stone cold. And I get it, like she had trauma in her childhood where with her mom, she got pregnant, I think, when she was a teenager. And so her mom didn't want that baby because she was like, you're going to disgrace us and stuff like that. And they used her doctor, her gyna, to force her into an abortion or something. So they terminated the pregnancy. And so because of that trauma, she hates her mom, who's already dead, but still, it does not make it right what she's doing to her friend. And so her dad is involved in her life, because her dad is trying to talk to her about her mom, having a memorial for the mom, because it's been, I think, 10 years since she died. She, like, Aisha doesn't want that. And she's carrying all this pain with her. And I don't know why she brings it to Shiko, because this friend has been there for her like forever. And so anyway, Shiko is out with her friends. And she comes back because she's staying with Sebastian and Aisha. She gets back and they talk to her. They're like, we're waiting for you. We need to talk to you. You need to get rid of this pregnancy. She says no, she can't do that. So she phones one of her friends. She's crying. She goes, and it's raining, and she goes to the friend's place. She stays there with her until she goes to give birth. So when she does, I don't know how it got back to Aisha. I think one of the friends called Aisha or something. So she covers herself up and comes to the hospital to check the baby, and she sees the baby, and then she goes away. So you remember when they were saying that they want a healthy baby, because there's the one that Aisha is carrying is healthy, but the one that Shiko is carrying has Down syndrome. So God works in mysterious ways. Karma has its ways. So while they were doing all these things, while they were like mistreating Shiko and talking down on her after everything she went through with Clarence, and these people still treated her badly after she volunteered to carry their baby, Aisha and Sebastian are in their home. Sebastian is having a bath. The phone rings. I think it's a message that comes through or something. And where Aisha learns that her boyfriend has been having an affair, and not with a woman, but with a man. So one day while they were cooking in the house, his phone kept ringing and he wasn't answering. And who was it? It was his friend by the name Biko. This guy is called, his name is Alex Kayo. He played he was also on Selena. If you ever watched Selena, he played a character in Selena. I didn't like him on Selena, and I just didn't like him on this movie as well. I just don't like the guy, I think. So him and Sebastian, it is suggested heavily that they are into each other. Okay, like they're a couple, because this guy supports this man. By the way, this Sebastian does not have a job. This Sebastian has nothing. He drives around Aisha's car. He walks around with Aisha's card, like credit card. So his woman is taking care of him. And also this Biko guy is taking care of him as well. So he's just a gigolo, moving around with whoever will want him. And so the first time we see Biko is at a club. When the girls were in Diani, he went and met Sebastian at a club. And then he drops into their house saying that this guy had told him that he lives by himself, only for him to be introduced to his wife. And it was like, what? And then later on, he picks up, okay, so that he's mentioned at this time because she's like, Aisha is like, is this your, are you cheating on me with him? And so Sebastian is like, no, you don't understand. I don't know what you're trying to suggest. Blah, blah, blah. They start fighting. And so she starts bleeding. They go to the hospital and she loses her baby. As I said, karma. So her healthy baby is gone because the doctors explained that her womb was weak or something. And so she loses her baby. And then she goes mad. She's not told at first. And then this Sebastian man runs away with Biko. So he goes home after the doctors have told him, don't tell her anything yet. Let her rest first and then you can talk to her. Instead of waiting, he rushes home, packs his bags and leaves with Biko. And so Aisha leaves the hospital. She's crying. She's calling him, wanting to just talk. And this man is nowhere to be seen. And so he calls her finally and is like, it's good that you're okay, and some more nonsenses. And then Aisha, I think, just goes insane completely. Because she plans with this fake policeman to go and take the baby from Shiko, because Shiko is still living at her friend's. She has accepted to raise the baby. So she's there with her friend, and these policemen come, fake policemen. When I say policemen, I'm putting it in quotes. They come, they have guns, blah, blah, blah. They say that there's a baby who's there, and they take the baby and they leave. So they're shown in an alley, and then one of them goes into a car, puts the baby in, and Aisha gives them money. And so they leave, and Aisha drives all the way to her dad's in the village somewhere. We don't see Shiko again, but then when Aisha is in the village, the dad is happy. Oh, my granddaughter, blah, blah, blah. They enter the house, and the dad is like, oh, I think she's hungry. We should feed her. But then she goes and prepares a bottle. Anyway, fast forward to the end. Some askaris are shown. They're coming in. Oh my God, that part was funny because these askaris had an iPad or a tablet, and they're checking, or it's like they are zeroing in on the suspect. So they're following this phone, which was, I think, Kenya, we're still far behind on such matters when it comes to movies and shooting such scenes. But anyway, they tried. So the police officers come in, and apparently there was a phone. One of the thieves, the people who are faking to be cops, left their phone in the baby carrier. And so the car seat, the baby's car seat. So the police were following that and they found it there. And so Aisha is arrested because of impersonation and some other charges. And so there is where it ends. It ends with her being put in the car, Mariamu, and her dad is left behind with the baby. So that's how it ends. We have been saying we want a part two, like we need a part two because we need to know what happens next. We need to have justice for Shiko because what happened to her, it was just so unfair. Like she did so much for her friend. She volunteered her womb, and this friend turned on her because of this stupid man who was cheating on her with another man. And then she just turned on her. Like she behaved like they weren't friends totally. And so we need justice for Shiko. And also we need to know like the baby, because they had a contract, but Sebastian has left. So what happens now? Does the baby get raised by the father, the grandfather? Or does the baby go to Shiko because these people didn't want the baby? Or what happens? Like, there's so many unanswered questions. And this is why I do not love movies. I think I said this previously. I do not like movies because they leave you with so many questions. If it was a series, we could have had another episode and another, and this could have been resolved a long time ago. But it has been a couple of years since the movie premiered, and we've been asking for a part two, and we haven't gotten any. So we need one. Tafadhali, producers of Nafsi, we need a part two because it came out in 2021 and I'm sure it has made money. If it's on Netflix, I'm sure it has made some money. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, please go to Netflix and watch it. I don't know if they have any other place that they're showing it, but you can look it up and see if you can watch it. But it's on Netflix and you can watch it there. So tafadhali, find it, watch it, and maybe if a lot of people watch it, they'll have enough money to give us part two because we need it. But anyway, overall, the movie was good. It was entertaining. It was sad. I felt sad for Shiko. I empathized with her a lot. She went through a lot. Then she just wanted to be there for her friend. But then everything else that happened to her, it was just so unfair. The way her boyfriend, Clarence, treated her, when he found out that she was pregnant, it was just so bad. I get it that she didn't talk to him before she did it, but she explained to him why, and he should have waited because the moment she says that she's pregnant, that's the time this guy goes like, oh, what about us? We should also start our family. And she's like, yeah, we can do that, but let me just give birth to this one. And then after I've done that, we can have our own. And this man goes on offense and he's just I don't know a lot about Alex Makideu, but that is the first time. Like, I knew his voice. Even when I saw him, I was like, oh, this is Alex Makideu. Because I know he's friends with Jalango or something. But then seeing him on this movie, I didn't even know he was an actor. But then seeing him on this movie and the way he behaved with kids, I was just like, no. No, I know I know it's a script. I know he's an actor. I know it's a part he was made to play. But yo, it was heavy seeing what he did to Shiko. So that was just really, really bad. But I empathized a lot with her. I did not like Mina at all, Aisha. I did not like her in this movie. At first, I was empathetic towards her. I mean, I felt bad for her. I understood her because I understood where she was coming from. A lot of women want children, but they can't have them. And so I understood her pain, sort of, because I haven't gone through it. I don't know. I can't say like I really know what she feels like, but I empathized with her. Yeah, because I'm a woman and I don't know if I'll ever be in that situation or not. So I empathized with her. But then when she turned on her friend, I was like, no. Even if it's just a human being. One, she rejected her child because she had Down syndrome. And two, she sided with this man against her best friend who she has known her entire life. I was like, Atakama. And then I thought they were married, only for the dad to come and go like, I didn't know that you are with my daughter. And he was calling him her friend. How long have you guys been friends? 7 years. And I'm like, you've been dating somebody for 7 years and your dad does not know him. He has never met him. He's meeting him for the first time after 7 years while you're already pregnant. My goodness. Ay, nani, that is just new story ingine. So that one shocked me. That part shocked me to know that they weren't really married. They were just living boyfriend and girlfriend. And the man being gay and being like a deadbeat. Why was this woman giving birth to a man's baby? A man who does not even have a job. Like the money he makes comes from Biko. The money he spends on her comes from Biko. So, hey, what? Because that reminded me of Toxic, that show by Jackie Batubia. Maybe I'll review it one day. But man, even though I know wako nje, because this one was just a useless one. And this woman was trying to have a baby with him while he had nothing. Like at all, he didn't even have a job. He was depending on her and on Biko. So that was crazy. Although she didn't know that he didn't have a job, but still, I mean, because Shiko had told her something very important. Like when Shiko wants to have a baby, she will do it for herself. She will have a baby when she wants to have a baby for herself, not for a man. And I wish that Aisha would have taken that in. I guess she wanted a baby, but still, it was just absurd. And of course, she was seeing her friends also having their own babies. And I get the toll that it takes on you, but still, it was just crazy. Overall, the acting was really, really good on everybody. But on this one, I felt like Raymond Ofula's acting wasn't maybe the best. That was not the best he has ever done. Because I love him. He's a great actor. But I sort of feel like on this one, I don't know. I don't know what I felt, but I felt like either it was just the script, the words he was given, but I didn't feel like he was acting his best on Nafsi. Everybody did a good job. I'm not even like putting him down or anything. I'm just saying that his acting there, I don't feel like it's the best he has ever done. He has done better. But overall, everybody else was amazing. Aisha Mubimaina was amazing. Catherine Kamau, of course, was amazing. This Alfred Bonua was amazing, but hey, like you could hate him. And the doctors, blah, 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 it wasn't made to, like, you know how Kenyan medical scenes are played out. They aren't the best, but our film industry is growing, and I pray that one day it's going to be very, very good. Like, we'll be seeing them and it'll be like, maybe it's an episode of Grey's Anatomy or House or something like that. Maybe we'll get there someday. But for now, it's not the best, but they tried. So yeah, that is my review on of Nafsi. I just feel like they did a good job. It was a very, very interesting movie. All of you, as I said, you should watch it and tell me what you thought about it. Because me, I loved it. I really did. I really enjoyed it. The script writing was good. The story was also good. It was something that I'm sure happens to a lot of people, a lot of women in Kenya or in the world, actually. And I just feel like overall they tried their best. They did a very, very good job. And it's an emotional movie. So you have to be prepared that you will feel for every character differently. Maybe the two female leads, the men not so much, but you'll feel for the two female leads. Again, I say, please, Reuben Odanga, you should give us a part 2 of Nafsi, because we really need to know how the story ends or how the story develops from there, from where you left us. So please, please, please go and watch it on Netflix, or if it's being shown any other place, you can go and find it and watch it. Okay? Remember to please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to come and watch whenever I upload a new show. Next week, Wednesday, I'll be doing Disconnect 1. So come back for that. I hope that my reviews are going to get better because this is the first one. I don't even know how I'm supposed to review them. I've tried to Google a little bit how you review TV shows and movies and stuff. But anyway, it's a work in progress. I'll get better at it. So don't despair. Don't worry. Come back next Wednesday and listen to more reviews. And remember to come back on Saturday to just talk about life and maybe a little story about me here and there. And yeah, we'll enjoy. Okay? Bye-bye now. Love you.